Ciao everyone, it's Marchettino, and today we're gonna play with a red particular young timer. This is the BMW Z3M Coupè. So guys, let's take you briefly for a walk around prior to taking you for a test drive. Let's talk first about the design, because back in the days, this car wasn't really successful because people didn't really understand the shooting brake style of this car. But I think that today, people really appreciate the shape of this car. Here's why I'm telling you that. With the time, this car is starting to get a lot more appreciated. It's just like a fine bottle of wine, in my opinion. Just look at this. The rear is my favorite part of this car. I'm in love with it. And because of this shape, people started to call this car the clown shoe. Well, it actually looks like. And this color, Imolarot, yeah, it's definitely a clown shoe, especially in this configuration. These 17-inch silver wheels really make a good contrast with the red paint job. And here we find in the front 315mm discs, and in the back, I mean, just look at this back, here we find 312mm discs. Both front and rear, this is the same braking system of the M3 E36. And guys, the best is yet to come, because here we can find the heart of the Z3M Coupè. This is a 3.2 liter inline-6 natural aspirated engine. The same engine we find on the M3 E36. This version I'm driving delivers 321 horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque. But that's not all guys, because over the time BMW has produced this car with a few different engines. During the end of the production, so between 2001 and 2002, the last Z3M Coupè to roll out the factory had an inline-6 3.2 liter, but taken straight from the M3 E46. But still, it was slightly detuned to 325 brake horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque. And so, to all those are following from the USA, you have to know that for the American market, it has a lot more restrictions for the homologation, CO2 emissions. So basically, BMW has fitted the S52 engine, but it was heavily detuned, producing a mere 240 horsepower and 320 Newton meters of torque. At the end of the production, even the USA had the S54 engine, the same one of the M3 E46, but also here detuned, producing 315 horsepower and 340 Newton meters of torque. So guys, let's show you the interior, because if you think that the outside is quite flashy, you have to see inside, because I think that the first owner of this car really wanted to dare, and honestly, I love people that dare to be different and go for flashy configurations like this one. So let's jump on board. Here we find a lot of leather, both red and black. Once you step in, you truly feel like this car is very analog. There's no pointless infotainment systems. Just look at this. Here we find a 5-speed manual transmission. So when you're sitting in this car, you feel like that everything is in the front. In fact, the driving position is so backward that basically, just look at this. I'm sitting in the car and I'm touching the wheels. I'm so close to the back wheels. A lot of people and collectors tend to prefer the S54 version because of the engine, but honestly, I prefer this version because it's even more analog. The S54 has the traction control, stability control. This one doesn't. It just has the ABS, so basically it's pretty much like my Ferrari 355. So, what do you think, guys? 6-in-line natural aspirated, my goodness, this is pure music. This is seriously good, also if compared to the modern M cars. And now, let's take it for a drive. Guys, whenever I get to drive a BMW M car, I feel like a kid in a candy store, because because, well, I used to have an M392. So I think when you're looking for an involving driving experience, fun, you have to go for a BMW M car. I have to say though, some friends of mine told me, Marco, be very careful when you drive the Z3M Coupè because it's a very rough and nervous car to drive. And I think we're gonna have a great time with this car because, I mean, just look at this. If you have a BMW M car, you have to drive like this at the end of every hairpin. Back in the days, BMW wanted to do something amazing with this project. Not just in terms of style, but also in terms of performance. Just think about it. When BMW made this car, this was the BMW with the stiffest chassis ever made. Compared to the Roadster, the chassis of the Coupè was 2.7 times stiffer, which means that if you want to have fun in the corners and the hairpins, this is simply amazing. The engine of this car is simply the icing on the cake. This is something that modern M cars cannot offer anymore. I mean, just listen to the soundtrack. Oh, it's so metallic. I like the exhaust note, but it just needs to be a little bit louder. So a straight pipe will be the good answer. And the way this engine delivers the power, it's brilliant. It's so linear and smooth, and above 5,000 RPMs, boom, here starts the party. Between 5,000 till 7.5, where the red line it's amazing. It's pure pleasure, not just to hear it, but to see the rev counter gets higher and higher. It's such a rewarding car to drive around a road like this. Zero electronics, as I said at the beginning of the video, so you really have to be careful and gentle when you smash the foot on the throttle. Otherwise you will end up sideways in every corner, which is not a bad thing, by the way. As long as you know to control the car, of course. But being so smooth in the power delivery, you always know when it's the right time if you wanna make it go sideways. I love the feeling of the steering wheel. It gives a lot of confidence to start to play with this car and start to push even way too much in the corners. The end wheel of this car, you truly feel to experience an analog driving pleasure. It's about 2 decades old, the Z3M Coupè, but I think we can already define it an old school M car because, as you see, it's very easy to make it go sideways. The end wheel, you feel like that most of the weight is in the front, transmission, the engine. In the back, you don't have anything, you just have the track. So when the rear loses traction, you really feel that the rear is very light and it's quickly losing control and spinning. So zero electronics, rear-wheel drive, lots of power to handle, just be careful. But I have to say, once you step inside this car, it's so rewarding. You just want to keep driving and driving and hear the engine revs up. It's fantastic. 6-in-line aspirated engine, 5-speed manual transmission. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Coming from an M3E92 6-speed manual, I'm surprised because actually this 5-speed is much better. Gear changes are a bit hard, but the gears are quite precise. Compared to my old M3E92, that one has a gearbox that is smoother, but it's not precise as much as this one. So even though most modern BMW M cars, thanks to the twin-turbo engine, they deliver a lot more power, way more torque, this, I think it's the right power to handle and to play with on public roads. And my friends were right, this car is tremendously nervous to drive. It reminds me so much the M3 E46. Wow. This is such a genuine and fun driving experience. I'm in love with BMW M cars. now I understand why this car has become so sought after and the prices just keep raising and raising. I think in terms of style, driving pleasure, we're not gonna see another BMW M car like this, especially in terms of style. I had great expectations prior driving this car, and I have to say, I like it. I truly like this car. This car has met my expectations. Thanks again to Luzzago dealership for letting me this car for the test drive, and hope you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more. And as always, thanks for watching. Ciao!